Big brother, do you think I still don't know anything about you? Thunder God smiled. I still remember back during the Great Nirvana, you and I both were young, and we met with danger time and time again. Even in the most dire of situations, you always made the impossible possible. Don't flatter me, Hong said. Let it go, big brother, let them see the skills of us humans from Earth. Thunder God said. Luo Feng too was anticipating, watching Hong. Hong looked at Thunder God before turning to look at Luo Feng. I can only try my best. Hong revealed a smile. The three from Black Dragon Mountain Empire that made it through the elimination were able to participate in the arena war. Nabini, however, had already been eliminated. One had to know that this arena war was broadcasted live. Among the trillions of people in the Black Dragon Mountain starfield that had watched this battle, many were enraged and broke wine glasses or bottles, and many more were angry and unsatisfied. That punk from the Luo Star field is too treacherous. He actually snuck an attack on Nabini. That bastard. Nabini shouldn't have lost. He should have been able to make it into the top 10,000. In today's arena war, our Black Dragon Mountain Empire still has Hong. Hong will definitely win. He'll definitely be able to make it into the Gonwu Universe country's top 10,000. Brother, that Hong was among the lowest of the ranks that made it through the first elimination. For him to survive in the arena, that's going to be very hard. I think Luo Feng has the biggest chance. That Luo Feng will definitely make it through. As for Hong, he too will be able to do it. Who knows, maybe he purposely hid his true powers during the elimination. Virtual Universe, Dojo number 10389. About 3 hours after watching Nabini's arena war, the 161st group battle in Dojo 10389 was about to begin. The entire dojo was filled with cheers and roars, and the beautiful commentator was introducing every genius one by one with a small description. Number 93, Hong, from the Black Dragon Mountain Empire, ranked 982 in the 72nd Elimination World. The beautiful lady introduced. Hong. 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 In a particular region among the spectators, over 1 million people from the Black Dragon Mountain Empire shouted loudly, almost as though they were declaring, this genius Hong was from the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. And amongst the cheering crowd, Luo Feng and Thunder God creased their eyebrows. Big trouble. Thunder God said softly, I didn't expect that savage would be there. Right. Luo Feng too held his breath and waited, as he worried for his big brother. Everyone was powerful, having been able to make it into the arena battles. Especially the group in which Hong was in, with the savage that had killed his second brother before. Very quickly, the countdown began and the dojo roared as 100 absolute geniuses appeared in the center. Big brother. Luo Feng picked him out with a single glance. Within the dojo, Hong carried in his hand the long pike, his gaze cautious as it swept his surroundings. This circular arena spanned a diameter of about 30 kilometers. During the course of the battle, the space would constantly shrink, forcing the faster flying people to have nowhere to dodge. After about 15 minutes, the area would shrink to a diameter of only 1 m. Hence, every arena war battle would at most last for 15 minutes. Amongst these 100, the strongest should be savage. Hong swept his gaze past the 99 others, his mind swiftly picturing the information he had seen before. Also, there are 3 others that are very strong. First engage with the weaker ones and survive. Then fight and risk it all after. Hong quickly remembered the information. He was very clear that if he fled far at the start, he would definitely become the targets of the absolute geniuses. It would be better for him to mix in the crowd at the start. As for surviving in this war, Hong was pretty confident. Let the battle begin. A low booming voice resounded within everyone in the dojo's minds. With a shrinking area of 30 kilometers, the arena would only have a diameter of 1 m left in 15 minutes. Rumble! Rumble! Mad amounts of energy flows erupted. The 100 geniuses within the dojo swiftly began their battles. Receive my blow! That messy-haired, tall and sturdy youth roared. His bare feet only took one step, and yet he managed to close a 100 m distance. That fierce slash sliced towards a spirit reader who didn't seem to expect such speed from the opponent. He was shocked as he tried to dodge while using his spirit weapon to block. Clang! The short blade cut down. His power couldn't be blocked. It was akin to a mountain crushing down on one. That spirit weapon was knocked aside, and the short blade immediately sliced through that spirit reader's head, causing it to split open into two. Ha 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 ha! The tall and sturdy man laughed. Walking barefoot, every step he took allowed him to travel a large distance. His instant increase in speed was very fast, faster than even most flying spirit readers. Surround and kill him. Everybody team up and kill him first. Someone shouted. Shio! Shio! 2 spirit weapons shot over. Dang! Dang! The short blade moved in a waving motion, easily blocking the 2 spirit weapons and knocking them far away. Surround and kill me? The tall and sturdy youth was like a monster, actually traveling amidst the crowd, making the 10 or so that wanted to kill him unable to surround him. On the contrary, that youth very quickly settled half of that group. This savage's path was simply a slaughter. Even though these 100 were all absolute geniuses, no one could actually match up against this savage. This battle, there was no doubt the most outstanding was Savage. Other than Savage, there was a lady whose performance was also extraordinary. She was dressed in armor and was incomparably valiant. One could tell just from her figure that this was an extremely sexy and hot beauty. However, her aura and her gaze were filled with brutality. Also, her kills were all clean, making it so that no one could tell that she was a lady. Chi-Chi. Wielding the long pike, Hong was engaged in battles amongst a group of geniuses. One could only see geniuses falling down dead one after another. Hong, however, was still alive. His pike was like lightning, swiftly and suddenly piercing through a genius's forehead from the back. Hong's expression after killing someone didn't waver at all. He still remained amidst the crowd as his pike danced around, seemingly normal. However, multiple attempts from many spirit weapons were unable to pierce his defense. Time passed and the deaths rose to 60, 61, 62. As the numbers shrank, the group battles too lessened. That valiant lady stared straight at Hong. In the universe, there were many that used such pike weapons. However, those that used pike weapons normally picked the hard and sturdy ones. The one Hong used, however, seemed more flexible. The moment it began to dance around, it was like a huge snake, extremely peculiar. Interesting. The valiant lady wielded her 2 blades and flew straight at Hong. Not good. Hong's expression changed. During the group battles, he had long observed and come to the conclusion that within this group, that lady warrior was definitely one of the top 3. Only Savage was a little stronger than her. He didn't expect her to start rushing towards him. However, since the enemy was rushing over, there was no way to dodge. He could only invite the battle. The pike revolved, just like a loach in water, swift and nimble as it immediately pierced towards that lady warrior that was rushing over. Interesting, interesting. The lady warrior's eyes were filled with excitement, as her body emanated a green energy. The waves wrapped around the two arc blades. She began to wave them and the blades danced about, slashing towards the tip of the pike, causing a formless revolving energy to be transmitted onto the pike. Hong's expression changed abruptly and he immediately retracted his pike fiercely. As soon as he did that, with an explosive sound he raised the pike with his hand, and almost like an axe, he fiercely chopped down at the lady warrior. Peng! The lady's entire being became a fierce torrent of water flow, as an arc blade fiercely received that strong attacking force from the pike, following which she stuck closely to Hong and continued her attack. In an instant Hong felt like he was almost sucked into a whirlpool and unable to escape. This lady warrior already has some comprehension of the water origin laws. I'm in big trouble. Hong was panicking. The ancient Chinese culture had always heavily emphasized the 5 elements of gold, wood, water, fire, and earth. Even though Hong walked the path of the light domain, he had a very clear understanding about the laws of water. However, understanding it was one thing, whether he could actually outmatch her was another. If she's like water, I'll become like stone. Hong didn't have a choice. He grit his teeth and the surrounding light warped and his entire being became extremely glaring. The pike's speed immediately raised another gear. Once the pike was fully unleashed, it was like a tortoise shell, without any openings at all. Dang! 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 The lady warrior's water origin law-infused slashes were all extremely heavy and powerful, giving off tremors that Hong felt as though they were impossible to block. If one had not stepped through the gateway of origin laws, one is useless after all. Hong suddenly understood this logic. Hong. In the 1 billion filled dojo, many Black Dragon Mountain Starfield people were very nervous. And there were even more people watching through the broadcast. Virtual universe, Black Dragon Mountain Island above, floating island. Those that lived in the floating island were all at least a universe level. On a particularly large but simple-looking villa within one of its living rooms. A man sat there who was dressed in a dark red robe. There was a lightning mark on his forehead. This person was one of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire's most powerful sector lords, Jiang Tianchen. And beside him, there was a kind-looking old man with a head full of white. This black-clothed punk is from our Black Dragon Mountain Empire? The old man seemed interested. His light domain, from the looks of it, seems to be level 6 or so. However, he is really a genius at battle. His flexible but strong pike is actually able to allow him to unleash his domain to this level. This is even comparable to those domain level 8 punks. Domain level 8 was not necessarily stronger than domain level 7. It all relied on one's ability to unleash its strength. One theory? Maybe one had a comprehension of the origin laws. However, what determined the strength in a battle was the knowledge of how to actually use the laws in battle. For example, Luo Feng, using the soaring shuttle when compared to the Nanshan armament, the power was completely different. That was because, through the Nanshan armament he was able to actually let his comprehension of the origin laws explode. Yes, Head General, he is from our empire. Jiang Tianchen said respectfully. The old man smiled. Head General? That title, if any other sector lord from the Black Dragon Mountain Empire heard that, they would be shocked. In the Three-Axe Mountain organization, a sector lord's rank was that of general. And the Three-Axe Mountain organization had 3 original founders. Only these 3 founders had the right to be called head general.